Hi, welcome. My name is Kubeir. I am an ICCRC licensed immigration consultant, and today we are going to talk about Canadian immigration as normal, of course. And this channel is all about things you should do, things you shouldn't do, news, updates, everything to do with Canada and Canadian immigration. It's quite insulting from FSW applicants. First, they say there is a backlog. Okay, why are they still taking applications? Is there any plan for those applications will be expiring? Well, good question. It okay, I'm just thinking of a nice way to answer this question. As far as insulting is concerned, uh, they've had IRCC has had their challenges. I mean, as much as we try to beat them up all the time, they have had their challenges. Yes, I absolutely accept that they were really bad in managing this whole thing, in reacting to the way the things should have been done. But you have to also understand, at the end of the day, they are a federal department, they're a government department. There is a lot of bureaucracy, there is a lot of red tape. They still need to get approvals. I mean, people do not want to take decisions because they feel they might get, they might make a wrong decision, they might get booted out. So there is a hierarchy which needs to be followed, even for smallest of things, if it is a policy decision. In a system like this, where this happened, and obviously now the memos that are coming through, that we are getting our hands onto in terms of ATIP and all, it mentions very clearly that this was decided last year in December, somewhere in the month of December, because they realized in December that they could not achieve their immigration target for the year 2020. So they wanted to then there itself make it a point that for 2021 they are spot on with the targets, that they absolutely make sure that the targets are met. So they made this plan that for 2021 they are going to be only focusing on in Canada applications. So what did they do? They did a lot of CEC draws. They did this large CEC draw. They did this TR to PR. And in order to manage all this, it's not that they had more staff. It's just that they had to reassign staff. They had to reassign staff from application handling, which they considered was of less priority or lower priority, because at that point of time, severe or strict travel restrictions were also in place, when you knew that people will not be able to travel anyways. So you could assign or reassign people who were handling those applications into handling in Canada applications. That was one of the first things. Second thing was that they were very slow to manage this whole work from home kind of a process, whereby their staff were not equipped. Their staff did not have proper equipment, and they were not trained. They did not have those secured data lines so that all the information remained private and confidential. They had those challenges, and it took them a lot of time before they could sort that out. All this while, the problem, I think the biggest problem, and what is most insulting, and you're absolutely right about that, is that there is a lack of transparency and there is lack of communication. Nobody from IRCC has ever come out and said, guys, we know this is happening and this is what we are planning to do. That's it. That is all that was needed. Maybe a tweet, that's it. That is all that the person had to do, to come out and say that this is what they're planning to do, so that all these hundreds and thousands of people who are pinning their hopes day in, day out, whether waiting for a draw, waiting for a PPR, waiting for a medical request, waiting for COPR, they would all have something to then chew upon, or something to rely upon, because they know that nothing is going to happen before so and so date. There would be no speculation. There would be no people like me coming out on YouTube and giving you all their, whatever their insinuations are. You wouldn't have all of that. You wouldn't have all this anxiety being created. So absolutely right. This was very not only to FSW, it is insulting to all application types. You're talking about FSW. There are people who are with spouse open work permits who've been waiting for a year and a half. There are family sponsorship applications who've been waiting for 2 years and more. There are caregiver applications who are waiting for 3 years or more. There are startup visa applications whose applications haven't even been touched for the last 2 years. So there is that huge number of people. I mean, it's just not federal skilled worker program applicants. And yes, it has been it's very insulting that nobody is coming out and telling them that, guys, this is what the plan is. Hold your horses. We will do this at so and so point of time. And you're absolutely right. I mean, if it helps, I'm sorry. Okay, because I know my apologizing will not make any difference at this point of time, but at least somebody needs to own up and say that yes, they have absolutely messed this up, and there should have been a better way of handling this. Yeah, so I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate your being with us today. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.